Hi Cancers, it's B. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Psychic Sounds by B. I do not have my website up yet, but I will hopefully here at the end of April. So Cancers, what does April 2015 have in store for you for your taroscopes? Well, let's start with the planets. We just finished with a supermoon total solar eclipse in Pisces. And for you, that was in your 9th house. Now, the 9th house has to deal with education, foreign affairs, foreign lands, foreign people, things in, afar, those type of situations, spirituality as well, if you want to put that in there. And basically, it's kind of like, accessing the higher mind. So for you, you have been going through a massive transformation about kind of closing old doors and opening new ones regarding, how you educate yourself and kind of bringing in all of these other energies from all of these other sources, whether it be spiritual or whether it be, some type of foreign study or foreign culture that you have now integrated into your life. You may also have left some other type of thought, some type of philosophy that you had prior to this eclipse, basically saying, this is how I am going to run this particular aspect of my life, but now I am realizing that based on the information that I have now been given, I can look at this in a different way and I can utilize this information to my advantage. So this is really, really good for you, Cancer. This is something that you really do need to embrace. Now, this energy is going to be lasting for about 6 months. So with it lasting for 6 months, you may be going through these closing doors, opening doors, closing doors, opening doors. So just take everything with a grain of salt. Don't take any offense to, to someone who has a different philosophy than you. Just make sure that you're communicating and just make sure that, the information that is being shared, everybody is on the same page basically. So, that's kind of a situation that can occur, especially with Pisces, because Pisces is a sensitive sign. They're an emotional, I wouldn't say they're emotional, some of them are emotional, but, they're a sensitive sign, they're an intuitive sign. So, there's going to be a lot of intuition that is also going to be transpiring with these types of communications and with these types of new philosophies that you are going to be integrating into your life. Now, the sun is actually going to be in your 10th house. Actually, it already is in your 10th house for the past day. And it moved into Aries, and Aries is your 10th house. So your 10th house is about career. So you may have made a decision just recently here to really put a spotlight on something in your career. Now, if you're a Cancer that is kind of in a leadership position, you are literally just kind of taking charge, and you are saying, okay, this is how it's going to be done, this is what we're going to be doing, this is how I expect it to be handled. I expect everybody to be on the same page, which aligns with that 9th house. I expect everyone to communicate. I want all stakeholders at the table, and this is really, really awesome, Cancer, because this is something that you really need to embrace, because when you have all these ideas and all this transformation that's happening, maybe within your business or within your corporation, you need to be able to integrate all of this, and you need to be able to respect every person for what they have to offer and for what they bring to the table. And with this enlightenment that you're going through with your philosophy and with this new information that's coming to you, you are better able to take this information, disseminate it appropriately, and allow others to give their areas of expertise, in a particular process, so that it can be successful for everyone. Now, for those of you, maybe that are not employed right now, when the sun goes into your 10th house, I mean, your 10th house is spotlighted, your status is spotlighted, your career is spotlighted. So you may be having jobs that are appearing kind of out of nowhere, or you may be considering going into a completely different job title or job role. But we're going to go ahead and see what happens here with the cards, with the tarot cards, as we do your general energies for the month. Okay, Cancer, I bet you guys are super happy. We've got spring in the northern hemisphere and we've got fall in the southern hemisphere. So those in the northern hemisphere, the sun is finally here and it's going to be here to stay for a little while. So that's going to be super, super nice and super awesome. Cancers absolutely love you know, the 4th of July. I mean, it's right, you know, it's your birthday time, and it's just something that, you know, you just truly relish in, and you spend time with family, and it's something that's really, really dear to your heart. So I would just like to take a moment to thank all of my subscribers and all of my new subscribers. Thank you for joining me, and all your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. It really does mean a lot to me. Again, these are general readings. I would highly suggest that you check out your rising sign and your moon sign and your sun sign to kind of give you a complete picture. The sun sign is more for like kind of like your ego personality, and the ascendant sign is kind of how people see you, and the moon sign is kind of what you're dealing with on an emotional level. So all of these readings, you know, can kind of be integrated with each other to give you a better picture of what may be happening in your life at this present time. Now again, these are general readings, so you know, I just want to, you know, caution everyone that, you know, sometimes when we're having a reading, you know, sometimes I will get messages that come out that, you know, are not, they're kind of unexpected, you know, maybe they're a little bit negative or, you know, appearing negative on the surface. So please just take all of that with a grain of salt. You know what's going on in your life. You know how your life is manifesting itself right now. So this is something that you kind of just need to be aware of. You know, that I'm not here to be doom and gloom. I'm just here to channel energies, and you know, maybe the message is just for one of you, or maybe the message is for all of you. You know, I don't know. You know, here at this point in time, you know, while I am doing this, I'm simply channeling energies and bringing them in so that I can give you a message, and hopefully this message will help you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start out with the energies for the month with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and I will be doing spiritual advice from the Crystal Ally cards. And the spiritual advice is basically those types of energies, or those types of situations, I would say situations, those types of energies that you can embrace in your life to help work through any potential negativity that is coming into your life, as well as enhance the positives that are coming into your life. So that's just super awesome. So when I set out the energies for the month with the Rider-Waite, I will do a general energy for the month, and then I will do the work life, career life, financial life. I will do the emotional life. I will do the health. And after that, those 4 areas, then I will go ahead and do a spiritual advice card. So let's go ahead and get started, Cancers. Okay, Cancers, what do we have for your general energies for the month of April 2015? I hope you guys had a good March. That Pluto-Uranus square was kind of a tricky one. It caught a lot of people off guard, and you know, a lot of people had to let go. A lot of people had to just say enough is enough. And here's your general advice card for the month, or general energies for the month. So let's go ahead and look at finances, work, and career. So anyway, that Pluto-Uranus square was kind of a doozy. So just work through the energies. They will be lasting here for, you know, probably, you know, till the end of the month. But, you know, there's going to be residual kind of things coming and going, you know, out of your life as you move into May. And then after May, you know, things will start to dissipate, and the orb between Pluto and Uranus is going to get bigger. So what that means is that they are not so strained with one another in a square. So just be aware of that. Okay, this one wants to come out for your work, finances. So let's see how your emotional health and your love life is going, Cancers. And I do my shuffles live here online. Oh, wow. I do my shuffles here live online. So so when I do that, you know, there are other readers out there that you know, pre-shuffle, and they, you know, have cards on a screen. It does not make them any less accurate than me. This is just how I do it, because when I channel these energies, I like to get all the energies really just in the moment, so that I can relay the information to you as best I can. And when I do channel these energies, I actually channel your energies and the planet energies. So, you know, I may come across very Cancerian. So that's just kind of how it works for me. Okay, let's just get going here. B, what do we have for health? Health, Cancers, health. This one wants to pop out. Did I drop one? Nope. Work, career. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was emotional life. This one is health. Sorry. So I'll put this one with health because that's what I was channeling. So I'm going to do emotional life and love life right now. Emotional life, love life. Okay. I feel like things are just a little bit disheveled when I'm doing this, so there may be something in your life that might be a little bit disheveled and you might be trying to organize something. You might be trying to organize something at work, you know, because the sun is in your 10th house. So you may be trying to keep everybody, like I said, on the same page, and you're trying to keep everything moving forward. So that's just kind of the energy I'm getting from that. So let's see, emotional life, love life. Here we go. Okay, spiritual advice card for, whoa, that didn't take long to pop out now, did it? Okay, here we go, Cancers. So what do we have for your general energies for the month of April of 2015? Let's see. Okay. The general energies for the month of April of 2015, Cancers, is that, you know, do not lose hope in whatever endeavor you're doing, in whatever career endeavor you may be embarking on. Do not lose hope. There are these 5 pentacles that are, you know, on this card. Basically, I look at it as maybe an institution or a church, and that everything is lit inside and it's warm and everything. But right now, you may have been going through something in your work life or your financial life that you were kind of like, how am I going to get through this? What am I going to do? How can I get my finances and my work life together so that I am able to move forward progressively? And you know, right now, this just might be something that you're kind of dealing with, and you know, it's almost like, you know, there's injuries here, and you have this lady, and she's kind of leading the way, and she's like possibly saying to this man, you know, that the bad journey, I mean, us being cold and not being fed and being starving right now, it's over. Here's this church, here's this institution that's warm, and we can go in here and we can find comfort, and we can find security, and we can find shelter. And this guy has just been limping along, you know, so there may be something going on with your organization where you were just limping along, and you were like, how am I going to get out of this? What am I going to be doing, you know, to get out of this? And basically what I'm getting from this, from Spirit, Cancer, is that, you know, you're kind of the leader here. You're saying, okay guys, let's regroup here. Okay, this is where the shelter is at. This is where the institution is at. This is where the light is at. And this is something that we need to embrace. So we need to go towards the light, so to speak. So, you know, you basically took something, you took a project. I'm seeing this guy here as almost like a project, you know, maybe at home. It could be home. It doesn't have to be business, but it is related to finances. So I'm just feeling business. But there could have been a project that was just limping along, and you were like, oh my gosh, this is just totally dysfunctional. So and that goes back to how I was a little bit dysfunctional with putting the cards out. You know, it just, the energies that I'm channeling are just like, things may have been dysfunctional, and you were just like, enough is enough, and you're like, let's go to the light. Let's get some clarity in this particular situation so we can move forward. So it's not all bad, Cancer. Okay, what do we have for your work and your career? This is beautiful, Cancer. Judgment. Okay, so here, basically, Cancer, you are coming out of these black coffins. You are completely naked. You may, at work, have been put in a situation where you were like, how the heck am I going to be able to accomplish this goal? I am completely in the dark. I do not have the resources that I need to be able to do this, and finances as well. I was in the dark. You know, maybe I wasn't getting any return phone calls from my accountant or my stockbroker or something like that. Like, I'm trying to find this information, and I need this information. So basically what you're doing, Cancer, is you are now kind of going into this light. I mean, this is what this is. You are kind of, here you're like Phoenix rising out of the ashes, and here you're going towards that light because you were done with the dysfunction, and you were like, okay, here it is, here's the sounding horn. You know, it is time for us to take our power back. It is time for me to take my power back in this position and say, okay, this is the direction we are heading, this is the direction we are going. and this is going to be successful, and by golly, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make that happen, because I have been basically crippled because of some decisions that were potentially made without my authority or without my input, and now I am in a position, I am in a very strong position to be able to make some of these changes in my life. Now, for those of you that are not in a job right now and you are looking, this is really, really good. This is something that's saying watch the signs is what I'm hearing. Watch the signs. You may be driving down the road and there may be some type of sign, and it kind of gives you this feeling kind of in your heart, or a horn. Pay attention to any type of, pay attention to any horns. Like if your phone goes off, your phone might go off. Don't ignore that call, because that, especially if you're looking for work, because that call may be that very job that you are looking for. And if you wait, if you don't take advantage of that light, if you do not take advantage and go into that institution and into that shelter, that is basically being presented to you, it may come and then it may go within minutes, because somebody is maybe trying to call you back for an interview or calling you back to let you know you got the job. And if you're kind of sitting there and not paying attention, you may lose that opportunity. So just be aware of that. But overall, this is a major arcana card, and this is something that looks really, really good for you. Again, for those of you that are employed, you've got a phoenix rising out of the ashes here. You've got some control coming to you. You felt like maybe you were just beaten up and you were just dead and you didn't know where to go, and now you're sitting here and you're in a position of rebirth. So this is just awesome. I mean, basically, I'm feeling here that a lot of you are going to take charge of something and say enough is enough. It is time to move forward, and we are going to bring everybody that has been sleeping and hasn't even been aware of everything that has been going on under the surface. I am blowing the horn. I am making sure that everybody is on the same page, and I am making sure that this endeavor is going to be successful. So good job, Cancer. Okay, for your emotional life. Okay. For your emotional life and love life, we have the Five of Swords. So this is really mental. This is a mental type of energy for your relationships. And basically what it is there might be a shallow victory here. So, you may have had to say, enough is enough. We need to all get on the same page. We need to go to the light. We need to work by the rules. We need to get our things, our I's dotted and our T's crossed. And in this case, you may have been placed in a position because somebody did need to take charge of this and somebody did need to move it forward, which was you. You may be in a position here where you may have people that no longer want to play with you, no longer want to be part of this particular endeavor, and here I'm not really feeling the shallow victory as much. I'm stating shallow victory because for some of you it may be a shallow victory, but I think for others of you, I mean, you have been through all of the work, and you are the phoenix rising from the ashes. So you're sitting here and you're saying, this game is over. This game is over. I have got my two swords, and if you don't want to play with me, if you don't want to be part, of Team Cancer, then you need to go. And what's happening here is there are some people that are ready to say, okay, I am going to relinquish control over your project because you are the best person to handle this project. Now, as far as your emotional life, your love life, for those of you that are in a committed relationship, the Five of Swords, may be a situation where you could have been secretive potentially to your partner. You may have not been letting your partner in. You may have been, this is kind of like a fighting dirty type of card. So if you have had any type of arguments or disputes with your partner is over it. Okay, so if this is you, then make sure that you give, you know, credit where credit is due. You forgive, you forgive and forget, kind of is how I'm seeing this. And don't continue to harp on the same things, because this is not something that will strengthen your relationship. Because this person in your life that is giving you all of the support, they may be, you know, just kind of walking away and saying, okay, I'm over this, you know. And at home, even like with your children, you may be consistently, you know, you may be nagging your children to do something, and your children are just turning around and saying, you know, I don't even understand what you're telling me. I just want some space. So this could be that your partner or your children kind of just need space from you. Like again, these are swords, so these are intellectual. You know, this could be something as simple as you're helping one of your children out, one of your children out with like homework. And you're trying to explain something to them, and Cancers are very, very smart, don't get me wrong, but your child may be going, you know, Mom, Dad, I got this. Seriously, I don't need your help. I probably understand this better than you do. So, you know, it may be something just as simple as that. For those of you that are looking for someone, I would say make sure that you're being completely honest and completely forthright and completely upfront with the person that you are seeing, or somebody that may be coming into your life that that you find as a potential mate. Make sure that you are above board and you don't fight dirty, because what's going to happen here, if you start gossip, or if you try to place yourself in a position of being better than them, then this could have them, you know, responding to you as, you know, I don't want to play with you. I don't want a relationship with you. So just be aware of that, because see here, you know, with Judgment, you know, you're like, you are the phoenix rising out of the ashes. So here you need to make sure that, you know, your identity is 100% on target. Your identity is 100% true, and your identity is, you know, 100% above board, because, you know, you may be put in a position where you are left out in the cold, and you do not want this to happen. Okay, especially if there's this person is somebody that you really, really want to be with. But right now, I'm feeling for those of you that are single, you are really just kind of going through, you know, how to navigate dating at this point. You're not really taking a whole heck of a lot of action. And if you are, like I said, just make sure it's above board. Just make sure that you're not fighting dirty. Make sure that you're not trying to steal somebody's boyfriend or somebody's girlfriend. You know, that's really just the bottom line. Okay, what do we have for health? Ooh, we have the King of Swords. Okay, Cancer, with the King of Swords, basically what you're doing is you are taking a look at your health in a very analytical manner. You are definitely thinking right now on how you can improve your health. You may be cutting things out of your life. You may be cutting out fat. You may be cutting out carbs. You may be doing something like that. You are taking a position of power. You're taking your power back regarding your health. So this is just a really, really, really good card. You're taking the emotion out of it. You know, for some of you, I'm feeling, if there are some of you out there that are overweight, and you have dealt potentially with, you know, feeling like a frump, or not that you're feeling like that, but people made you feel like, you know, you were kind of a frump, or that, you know, you didn't work out and you were lazy or whatever. You are cutting away all of those emotional energies that were put on you by others, and you were saying, I am not going to live in this energy anymore. I am done with it. I am going to take care of myself. I am going to take charge of my life, and I am going to cut out that which does not serve me as it relates to my health. Okay? Now I'm looking at the cards as far as a general story here, and you have 2 Swords cards. So there's a lot of mental things going on right now in your mind. You're really, really taking stock, and you're really, really trying to figure things out, you know, in your head, like, you know, what's going on and what do I need to do? You know, and the King of Swords being analytical, you know, when we talk about stories here, we're talking about your work. you know, this is it. You are cutting out those things that do not serve you, do not serve your project, do not serve, you know, your highest purpose. You are saying, okay guys, we are going to revamp this particular project. We're going to revamp this particular organization, and I am telling you how this is going to be done. So this is something that, you know, you just kind of, you need to be aware of. Overall, I think this is due. I think that, I think you've been the kind Cancer. You've been that really, you know, personable. You've been the kind-hearted. You've been very compassionate with people, understanding with people, and it has gotten to a point where it has crippled you. It has actually crippled you. So what you're doing now is you're taking your power back, and you are saying, done. My way or the highway. You know, bottom line, we have got to save what we started, and the only way to do that is for me to put my foot down, you know, put that gauntlet down and say, this is how it's going to be done. So that is awesome. This is actually not a bad reading. This is something that I feel definitely that you are the phoenix rising from the ashes in whatever area, you know, this affects you. Okay. Now, for your spiritual advice for the month of April 2015. This is awesome, Cancer. You have will. So, your spiritual advice is you are performing within your divine will. You know, the thing about divine will is that we are all brought to this earth plane with specific strengths and specific weaknesses. I mean, you know, we all have lessons to learn. But right now in April, you are being put in a position to say, I am going to be taking charge of this. I am done being, you know, in the dark with everything. This is my baby. Okay? I am done being in the dark with, you know, living this, you know, this particular type of life, whether that is my work life, my home life, my family life, whatever. You know, I am ready to take charge of it. I am ready to say, okay, I'm cutting the emotion out of it. You know, if you want to walk away, walk away. I really do not care, because obviously you are not cut out for the type of message that I need to deliver at this point in time, because it is something that is directly related to my own divine will, and I have to accomplish this mission. So this is actually a very empowering reading for you, Cancer. I am really, really happy with this. You have not lost hope. You are taking charge. You are getting rid of the emotion. You are, you know, taking your power back. You know, the time of being the nice Cancer, the nice crab, is done. I mean, you are achieving your goals, and you are basically, you are the King of Swords, and you are going to be, that's it. You know, this is my baby, and I'm going to rock it, and it needs to be done this way. And you are going to take whatever step necessary, you know, to find that light. You're going to take whatever step necessary to, you know, stop crippling yourself and your organization, you know, if you work in an organization. So I believe, Cancers, for you, a lot of this was definitely related to work. I'm not seeing a lot of romance here at all. I think that you're just really highlighting on work right now, and this would make sense with the sun going into your, or just having entered your 10th house. So, and also with that supermoon total solar eclipse in Pisces in your 9th house, that's about education. You know, that's about getting messages out there, and you know, that's about bringing people, you know, to the table, and looking at that, you know, spirituality that you hold within you, you know, in every area of your life, and you know, embracing your divine will. So great reading, Cancer. I'm excited for you, especially for work. It looks like you are definitely on a turnaround, and you are taking your power back. So thank you so much for joining me once again. I am B. Excuse me. Okay, I'm having a little bit of a problem talking here. So I think for some of you, you may need to speak up a little bit. And I think that a lot of you have taken that particular step, but for those of you that have not, in whatever area this may be affecting you most, and like I say, I think it is work, you may need to speak up. So go ahead and speak up, because I literally stopped talking. So this is something that's showing that there might be a block here. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. It's coming again. So anyway, thank you, Cancer. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, Psychic Sounds by B, and my website's not up yet, but it will be up hopefully here at the end of April. And I love giving these readings for you. And thank you so much for your likes, your shares, and subscribes. I really appreciate it. And your comments are just wonderful to read. I just ask, that they be diplomatic. And, if you do have an area here that is not particularly positive for you, you are more than welcome to respond however you want. All I ask is that it be diplomatic and it be respectful. So anyway, thanks so much, Cancers. Have a wonderful April 2015. Much love, much light, many blessings. Namaste.